Can you hear me now? Cannot hear you. Bye. Thank you. Uh, all right. Can you hear me now? No, that's wrong. Test 1, 3. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? That's got an echo. Can't unmute your guest. Sound. Yes, yes. Okay, so you can hear this. Do you hear an echo? Okay, if you guys can hear me, we're going to try to start over. What a mess. Okay, no echo. Thanks, Tom. All right. Okay, so um, that's on there. Crap. All right. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, that should hear me. Why can't I get the script up?
It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Camera. Okay. Damn it.
It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning. 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 Can anybody hear me? That says mute. That says stop. Let's check the chat box. And okay, so we're back down here. Sound is on. Sound okay. So the sound is on. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to leave it like that, guys. All right, welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry Podcast. Let's see, this is the 29th day of April, 2025, coming to you from my studio in Forest, Virginia. Brought to you by Will U.S., the owner of Scoot Around, and by Chillie's Cruises. Boy, was this a rough start. I'll have to edit out a bunch of stuff now to get the podcast up. Anyway, today's headlines, folks. A brawl at Carnival Terminal. The Norwegian Aqua sails from Port Canaveral. A scam targets a cruiser through the cruise director. Norwegian Bliss Employee Extradited to Florida. And Legionnaires Reported on Symphony of the Seas. That and lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today is National Shrimp Scampi Day. I can deal with that. Yesterday, I had nothing. I had no energy. I hadn't slept well. I had nothing. which is why the show got canceled yesterday, and I'm making it up today, okay? This day in history in 1986, Roger Clemens strikes out 20 batters in a 9-inning game. He's the first major league pitcher to accomplish that milestone. The right-handed pitcher achieved the record in a 3-1 win for the Red Sox over Seattle. Steve Carlton of the St. Louis Cardinals held a previous record of 19 strikeouts set in 1969. Okay. Let's see what else we got this morning. If you're a podcast person, you can always access my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Okay, so the first thing in the news today, and I don't know when everything went to craziness the first time around, if any of you heard this or not, but power outages across Spain and Portugal affected millions. An unprecedented blackout across Spain and Portugal upended the lives of millions across the Iberian Peninsula, a stark reminder of modern society's reliance on electricity and how quickly life can descend into total chaos when the grid goes down. I need to point out only that 2 minutes before this happened in Spain and Portugal, Hot Air Tom left the area. Just saying. Let me correct that before somebody says something stupid. Hot Air Tom did not. Why is it doing that? Okay. So let me say this again. Hot Air Tom did not cause that business. Now, why is this coming out? I got this echo from craziness. Okay, so stop camera. No, I don't want to stop camera. Do I see a pattern? I visit St. Peter's Square. While I'm there, the Pope dies. I'm in Barcelona and oops, electrical guys. Yes. Uh, I can't tell what you guys are hearing and what you're not. Okay, so the hot air Tom did not cause the the electrical thing to go out. Okay, I got to do away with my headset. I got to keep the microphone, but I can't listen to it. So anyway, whatever's wrong with the system, uh, I got an 8-second delay to the microphone. It's really throwing me up. Okay, so anyway, hot air Tom did not cause that business over there in Spain, even though he had just escaped. There wasn't hot air Tom. It's very difficult for me to say this morning, but I cannot tell you what hot air Tom did for me the last 4 months. There are no words to even this man is a caregiver. This man for 4 months acted as my caregiver. And I'll tell you what, folks, I would never have made it without him for any number of reasons. I'll never thank him enough for this trip and what he did. So, just saying, and Cindy own a special place in my heart. All right, I'll be back with the news stories after a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors. Okay, now if this works well, I'm hoping it does. This will be our first news story today. A fight broke out in the cruise terminal of Carnival Jubilee in Galveston, Texas on Saturday as guests wrapped up a 7-night sailing. Authorities report that the altercation occurred in the Customs and Border Protection area of Terminal 25 in the luggage collection zone, where passengers receive their bags after leaving the facility. The 24 passengers involved were put on the Carnival's do not sail list and handed over to law enforcement. A Carnival spokesman told local media, "We will not tolerate such behavior. These individuals can seek other cruise line, but they are not welcome on our ships." Apparently, this is a follow-up to something that had happened on Friday evening. At least we got some rumors to that effect. So who knows? But these folks are going to face criminal charges as well as being banned from Carnival. Sets of echoes now. John said that the mic is too close. I'm not sure if you're hitting an echo or you're hearing a mic. So we'll just say, let's see if we can do this. Hey, travelers planning on a trip to Florida, we've extended our discounts on mobility equipment rentals in Orlando and Kissimmee throughout the spring. Save on scooters, wheelchairs, power chairs, and more. These offers are valid for popular locations like Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld. Orlando mobility rentals are 15% off until May 31st, 2025. Call Scootaround at 1-888-441-7575. Use SRN 11137 for the best rates. The brand new Norwegian Aqua has officially set sail from her home port for the next few months, bringing her innovative style and outstanding attractions to the Space Coast. She sailed into Port Canaveral on Saturday to great fanfare and eagerly awaiting cruise guests. Through mid-August, Norwegian Aqua will be offering 7-night itineraries from the award-winning home port, alongside ships from Disney, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and MSC. Congratulations to Norwegian and the Aqua. Carnival Cruise Line is well known for its dynamic and energetic cruise directors who go all out to make every voyage a spectacular one for every guest on board. The very popularity of a cruise director, however, can create an opportunity for fraud and scams, but not for the CDs themselves. Instead, scam artists have begun usurping the names and activities of cruise directors to target unsuspecting guests. One such cruise director is Kendall Fire Magyar, one of the top cruise directors aboard Carnival Cruise Line's flagship, Carnival Jubilee. Fortunately, Magyar herself is very alert to potential scams and takes steps to warn her fans of illicit solicitations. Please never fall for any of these people. I have not and will not ever ask you to buy a package, promise special treatment or tours, or give you access to premier content for a cost, Magyar added. If you are ever reached out by anyone from Kendall Fire's team or Kendall's handler, they are lying to you. Magyar's dynamic personality and popular social media presence have led scammers to impersonate her lovely style to cruise guests. She has more than 150,000 followers on her Facebook page and nearly 50,000 on Instagram. Good for her. I'm glad she's on top of it. I really like her a lot.
Let's talk about Allianz travel insurance. That's what I use and have for years. Without travel insurance, you'll have to navigate every travel emergency on your own, whether it's that missing suitcase or a medical evacuation. With Allianz travel insurance, you have a dedicated team of travel and medical experts on your side. For more information, just give me a call, 434-258-9264, and we'll talk about an Allianz policy that fits your needs.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement went to social media last Friday to make a point with a former crew member. It announced that a cruise ship employee from North Florida, Theodore Banks Pappas Jr., previously employed by Norwegian Cruise Line on the Norwegian Bliss as the head of broadcast technician, was extradited from Los Angeles on drugs related to child sexual abuse material. Pappas was arrested on April the 4th in the port of Los Angeles on CSAM charges after the FDLA began an investigation on July 24th, 2023, when agents received information and a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Endangered Children about Pappas' online account uploading files depicting children being sexually abused. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement posted on Twitter, daunting Pappas, "Welcome back to Florida, Theo. Turns out every 2,500 miles isn't far enough to hide from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Next time, pick a better hiding spot." Pappas was booked on 15 felony charges. The online booking information indicates that he was charged with 13 counts of possession of child pornography, although news accounts reported that it was 15. He is also charged with 1 count of transmission of CSAM and 1 count of unlawful use of two-way communication, for a total of 15 felony charges. A bond was set in the amount of $1,125,000, which is comprised or $75,020 for each of the 15 felony charges. That's the highest bond in the last 20 or so child sexual abuse material cases. It's clear that after nearly 2 years of investigating, leading up to 15 counts involving child pornography, sexual abuse materials, a cross-country extradition via private plane, a bond of over $1 million, and some healthy smack talk via Twitter, the FDLE is ready to send this pedophile cruise ship employee to jail for a very long time. Royal Caribbean has issued a health advisory to guests scheduled to sail aboard Symphony of the Seas on April the 30th, following news that a guest on a previous voyage was later diagnosed with Legionnaires disease. In a letter sent directly to guests booked on the upcoming 9-night Eastern Caribbean cruise from Cape Liberty, New Jersey, the cruise line said that the safety and health of passengers remains the highest priority. The notice follows guidance from the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, which notified the cruise line of the case. Royal Caribbean clarified that Legionnaires disease is not spread by person to person. Instead, it is contracted by the inhaling of small water droplets containing Legionella bacteria commonly found in both natural and man-made water sources, such as lakes, fountains, hot tubs, or even municipal water systems.
Experience Alaska at an affordable rate. VR1 balconies are only $1,289, including taxes and port charges. MSC Poesia sails from Seattle, May 25th, 2026. Book now. Call 434-258-9264 or go to bit.ly/Poesia Alaska 1.
I have no idea what you guys are hearing, what you haven't heard, because I had 3 different sets of volume going in my headset, and what I'm saying and what I'm hearing are totally different. So I don't know how I can do this. This is all before. This was when Hot Air Tom says there's a foggy lead. Mike saying hello. Katie saying hello. Roger, are you cruising now? Chillie fell asleep. Hello from the Queen Mary. Yeah, I was going to talk about Robert and Kenneth this morning. Sonny says, hey, from Mississippi. Let's see what else we got in here. Katie, and again, folks, I have no idea what you're hearing because what I'm saying, what I'm hearing are all different. It's weird. Robin cruising home. Super let us know you like OM too. Oh, very good. Yep, back to cannot hear you. There's Monsieur from Gaza. How are you doing? Yeah, we're doing just great. Nobody, I have no idea what's hearing. There's Joanne says yes now. Mike's there. Sound out again from Sunny. Oh my God. Monsieur from Gaza. Father, I need your help, please. This is not that type of place, folks. This is a travel and cruise industry news when the system works. So there's Gretchen. Go thought it was me, no sound. Yeah, Gretchen, it's me. Hey, Gary older than dirt says no sound now. I have no idea when this was. Flying Delta to Barcelona. Yeah, well, I just flew Delta back. I was going to talk about that today. Also, Sonny said sound came back on. Gretchen says sound now. There's Steve out in Kentucky. Sound back intermittently. I remember Mike saying that. Out again, out again. Roger arrives May 1st train. Robin says, hi, Gary. Yes, we're on our way home. The ship is very nice. Joanne's, yes, back on. Sonny says, yay, sound back. I don't know when any of this happened. Tom says, no echo. I do remember that. Gary says, yes, on the way home. The ship's very, oh, that's what Robin said. I can hear you now. Oh, there's Elizabeth here too. Wayne Diaz and Sunny from Sunny Playa del Carmen. I guess I turned in at the right time. Your breathing doesn't sound good. Yeah, Mike. I'm not back to rested yet. I've slept very little, nothing for being up 30 some straight hours. And Devin is traveling with Roger. Mike's sound gone right after the intro played. Wow, I just can't. I have no idea where I am, folks. Now heard. There's Cindy. She doesn't know what's going on either. Um, anyway, Elizabeth says I turned in late and all is good. Thanks for doing that just for me. Oh, okay. Do I see a pattern? Yeah, I saw that. Then John said that I was messing up in the microphone at JD Vass, the last visitor to the Pope's page. Try putting headset around your neck and mic up to your mouth. Ooh, okay. I didn't think about that. That would be like this, and then I don't hear craziness in my headset. That's a good idea, Tom. I was not with it. Sonny says Tom is a travel agent. Big hug. Well, Tom's not a travel agent. Tom runs uh, not a limousine company. I couldn't get it. Couldn't get my tongue to work. And John says your mic is pushed against something. Yeah. Thanks, Sonny. Elizabeth says we all love hot air, Tom. Yeah, we do. But I special place for me. Let the hooligans go to Virgin Elizabeth. Take me out. John says, sounds good now. That's amazing. Those crazy carnival thumpers. There's Todd. Hi, Todd. You don't know what's going on either. Take my comment back about how we love you, hot air, Tom. Well, that's fine too. I'm taking my lunch break so I can watch and listen. You're watching a zoo today, Katie. I promise I'll do a better job, folks. I just needed to get home to try this. I said it was a compliment. Yeah, I know that. She knows that too. Tom is an upstanding guy. Yes, he is. He's some of the things he did, folks. When I say he's a caregiver, damn it, he's a caregiver. Okay. And we all know that Hot Air Tom is an agent of land generated tourism and is doing everything he can to get Chillie to stop cruising. Yeah, that's about the truth. Uh, yeah, he's doing a real good job of that. um, looks like Chillie, long live Chillie. See, land, wheels, and water, bad water is good. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me say something to end this discussion. What did Tom did for me was unbelievable. Do I have a whole lot of time left? Probably not. Do I have? There's been a major change in my lifestyle those last couple of weeks. Every time I've seen it, I used to have good days and then I'd have an occasional bad days. Well, that's flipped during these journeys to where I have more bad days now than good days. I've known all along this disease was going to kill me. They told me that I'll never be rid of cancer. It was too far gone. So I'm on borrowed time to a certain degree. Where all I had cancer before, nobody's ever been known to survive. I had cancer in the brain. I had cancer in both lungs. Now, admittedly, not lung cancer. It was prostate cancer in all those locations. It was still cancer in those locations, in my lymph nodes, in one kidney, in one elbow. It was 64, I think it was. 64 locations I had this crap. Hey, it's almost 5 years ago, folks. I've been on borrowed time a long time. This trip was on borrowed time. I know that. Do I take any more trips? Probably not to the extent that I have the last 4 months. Could I take a shorter trip? Could I do a week? You know, if it doesn't get me next week, yeah, it's a possibility. I'm back now where I can start hunting for bargains. Find a bargain, let some people know if y'all guys want to go. Great. I just, you know, I will never fly again. That's not going to happen. If I can drive someplace and sail, okay, but I cannot get in an airplane again. And that's coming from the standpoint, you know, I was worried to death about flying from Barcelona to New York. That wasn't near as bad as I had conjured it up in my mind beforehand. From the, you know, I've flown transatlantic how many times? 12, 14 times? It was the leg of the trip from New York to Richmond that literally almost killed me. And is much the reason that I was totally out of it yesterday. And still, you know, let's face it, folks, I'm not on my game yet. But today's coming, y'all. And I hate to be mundane about it, but it's a lot sooner now than it's been in the past. Have I got a little more time? Yeah, hell, I hope so. I'm still going through some tests and stuff. But the day's coming when I'll have to pack it up in more than one way. All right. That's going to wrap me up for today. I'm not even going to try to play a closer and put the end screen in it because, well, maybe I can get back to that. We'll try to get back to that. So what I'm going to do is kind of end this thing similarly to the way I always end it. Thanks for being with me, guys. I hope it doesn't shock anybody that I'm aware my day is coming, and sooner rather than later. Which doesn't mean I'm giving up by any chance. Don't take it that way. I'm just being realistic. And the bad days are more numerous than the good days. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. We still got a chance to get together on the high seas. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow if there's any news at all for the regular scheduled day. Today made up for yesterday. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.